coming into the map pick. They're not focusing hard on that T side. They're not getting enough round wins. It's definitely going to be a difficult task against G2. And again, what is on the line in this matchup is an elimination or a spot in the playoffs at DreamHack Masters. You do not want to go out here. You do not want to bow out on your map pick and lose 2-0 as your final matchup in this one. The 1xBet odds have shifted in favor of G2 heading into the second map, rightfully so. It's heavy utility here for the T side of Virtus.pro. They will be starting on that attacking side.
G2 got the side choice. They would rather start CT. Does look like VP have a plan in place for the pistol. With all that utility, you have to assume they've got an idea. But with NiKo pushing second mid, G2 have so much early information.
Oh, he's getting right behind them as well. There is now a timer on the play for VP, and when you do play these slower rounds, G2 can just afford to shift everybody over there. They're still keeping Hunter on A for the meantime, but eventually he will start to drop off. And Virtus.pro are fully leaning into this play. They're going for B, but G2 are going to have so many players ready to deal with this. And NiKo's come in behind. He's got the flank up Banana, and he's taking Jim out of the round. And now they have to fight on both fronts over for Virtus.pro. Jax is waiting at the top of the boost right now. They're going to go forward, crossing in behind the smoke. At least they haven't dropped another player, but G2 are so ready. They've got so many players, and Nexa towards Dark could just shut it all down. Getting over the top of the boost is Hunter, pushing forward, getting all the kills, and G2 just clean it up.
G2 just whipped out VP's strat book in the pistol round, and they read them completely. Everyone in the right position, and just the way G2 played it was really smart. They never overfight. They never overcommit to anything. They know Amanex got those flashes, which can buy a bit more time, wait for those smokes to fade. You see the flash assist there for Amanex on some of these kills, and Hunter lines up 3 players, and he knocks them all down.
Yeah, and I mean, they fully commit in Banana, right? And it takes so much time, and you could watch how Hunter waited until NiKo got to T-stars before he made the rotation, and they still had time for Hunter to get over. So Virtus.pro slow T-side being abused already for G2. And now NiKo running down into Banana. There is a ball in the corner. They're not going to be expecting him because the molly hadn't spread. And Kicker does get the kill onto NiKo. That opens things up into Banana, but the smoke down certainly slow the effect.
And the thing you like about pushing with the MP9 is it's not the gun with the most playmaking potential if you give it away, but Jax has to line them up.
Oh, good jump to set off the crosshair. That Kicker just B-hopping, allowing the rest of his teammates to get in, but Hunter has come in with a 3K. And now it is just Sanji. We're a big fan of Sanji. Okay, you know, he does so much for the team, doesn't get the respect he deserves. I hope he has hope he gets treated better in the future. We'll see how he gets out of the apartments. He's gonna lose his life in this one. Surely at this point. And Hunter has got away, so that does allow Sanji onto the site, looking for a bomb plant. That is a huge W for Sanji if he gets the bomb plant here. That is just ridiculous. Nice little play there from Sanji, getting the extra money for the team.
What a hero. Makes it out of the apartment silently. I'm sure some players would have messed that up and made a step, given away their position. They didn't expect Sanji to sneak onto the site.
In Sanji we trust. He's always good for the money. Dude, Sanji just needs to get a job after his playing career as a financial advisor. This guy just knows what he's doing with money. Look at that. Just pure brilliance.
Will make a big difference in this round too, especially after such little investment from VP. I mean, you can already see James got an AWP.
Yeah, the AWP and utility and head armor as well.
Sanji dropped it, so now Sanji's not got the helmet in this round, just as we were talking about him.
If Sanji dies to an SMG in this round, I'm going to be so sad. Or just even gets one tap by an M4. Oh, it is kind of upsetting. But nonetheless, it will be a good start here for Virtus.pro in terms of getting the economy. But will it be a good start when it comes to the round win side of things? There's a deep smoke in from G2 at the bottom of Banana that has secured control for them. 3 smokes in Banana at the moment. Will start to fade away as time passes on. Now just 1 left. As VP are still in Banana. They're waiting for this reflash in. NiKo is about to be the player that runs around the corner. Once again, making that play with the MP9. They've also flash peeked into mid. So G2 just trying to gather some information.
And NiKo has a little look at top Banana. Doesn't see anyone, but they'll hear that flashbang. Bomb is still back in apartments. So that suggests a slightly slower round for Virtus.pro. Although they are starting to use some utility into A. And this is where G2 can get info. Late in the round, Vico gets top banana, and they're going to fully rotate over to A.
Yet again, G2 are given a chance here to make a full rotation and get everybody in a strong spot. They can just leave that one player in banana in case things go sour on the initial take from VP. But here they go and holding on. It's Jax, but Sanji coming in with a double kill. The AK has stepped up for them. Nexa peeks out with the MP9. And it's still 3v3 and no bomb plant yet for VP. And look at the mid play from Nico. He started in banana, but he's finished here. And he's got himself an AK. Oh, they're not looking for it. If you're spot yet, but Nico is ready. He peeks around the corner, but it's Buster that's won the duel. And now Amanek and Nexa. 2v2. Buster following up, and now Amanek alone. 1v2 walking back in with the Orc. He knows he has to flush Buster out, but there's player out to the right. Oh, Amanek, that is huge. A good double kill. And G2, they will be up to 3 thanks to Amanek's quick shift, taking both players down.
Sprays to the body on both of them, but he adjusts quickly enough. This was the kill from Buster that looked like it might be the difference maker. He got both of these players on short, but Amanek spots that gun barrel, takes the first kill, instant flick back. Ooh. He could pre-fire Buster and win his team the 1-on-2. There was no helmet for Sanji. There was no problem for him getting the entries, but they did have a problem closing out the round.
And that has to be frustrating for Virtus.pro because that is one of the rounds you look at as what should have been a round win. And you know they don't get very many of those on this T side. So every round that you lose is very costly.
This is faster.
Much faster. They're going to explode onto Nico. This was something that shut them down when they were playing against Navi, was this sort of smoke that Nico's just dropped. But it wasn't perfect. And the kills have come in. Buster and Yukinda are finding picks. And G2 now in this 3v4 retake. The nade goes up on top of Jim, but doesn't bring him down. I don't know how he's alive. 1 HP right now for Jim. Still standing. And G2 start to gather up for the retake approach. Amanek, the front man with the AWP, and Jack's coming in banana. It's currently Sandy holding that.
Oh, nice shot with the Galil. Not the premium rifle, but again, not a problem for Sanji. He works with what he's given, and he makes the most of it. No real way for G2 to win from this point. They're sticking around. Hunter has continued his fine form. Another kill. Amanek gets a second one on the exit, so a bit more costly than VP would have wanted. James is far enough away from the bomb so that he survives. Same could be said for G2, but I really just like the switch up from VP. Just a faster play into the B site. And something I have to give VP credit for is they are one of the teams who have come out and said, we've got 3 separate players that watch through our demos. Apparently Jame watches them, Yukinda watches them, and I believe Kicker does too. So if they have holes in their game, if they have mistakes they think they're making, they should be able to plug them if they're looking through those previous demos. And it looks like they are willing to go for a few faster plays now.
Trading out utility. It's a double molly in, the standard one, but Hunter's walked down middle. He could get in behind, but Buster is watching for this potential play. Amanek has taken Yukindar out again. He's been going down at the start of a few rounds. Janko brought up that point in the desk, how that's perfect when you're playing against VP. And Hunter, he's going to get checked by Jim.
Nice nade. Kicker and Buster down to about 60 health each. Nico is alone here with the MP9, so it's good that he softened up the players, but he's got to do a hell of a lot on the hold. Good headshot initially. Nico trying to see if he can reposition. Virtus.pro trying to flush him out. They've kept him here. That molly behind means they know he has to be up close, but the MP9 can be deadly. It's going to shred them. So close to a triple kill, but James just about trades.
Great stuff from Nico. Has put them in the 2v2, and look at the setup right now for G2. You've got Amanek playing in under Porch. Nexa over playing near him. Have to try and step up on this hold, and they're going to walk right into Amanek's AWP. Nexa's just backing him up and watching that balcony walk out of James, and that is going to be death surely for James. So fast on the headshot from Nexa.
big props to Nico in that round. With the MP9, tasked with solo holding B, solo holding Banana. This was a great pre-clear from Jane. Clearly was aware the Hunter could have been in position, but Nico just does enough to dissuade them from going for that Banana-sided play. They didn't think an MP9 might be left alone there. They go back to A, and they end up walking into the waiting arms of the two remaining G2 players.
Tactical timeout for Virtus.pro, unable to put rounds together. You take a look at their money, it's not pretty at all. Got some players that can afford to invest and others just not quite there yet. So probably a little bit of a light investment coming up for Virtus.pro. Seen a bit of utility purchase up before we went to the player camp. So maybe something they've got in mind. But for G2, this is a great chance for them to build up some extra money, right, Alex? They had 2 MP9s in place, so those SMGs can build up even more money. And if you can get that economy building on the CT side, there's another problem in there for VP. We know they struggle to find T-round wins, but if you've also got to deal with the fact that you're going to have to break down a big CT economy, that adds another issue into play for VP.
That's definitely another element that you don't want to have to deal with. Good bit of utility deployed early by G2 onto Banana, forcing VP to play it safe initially, but VP don't want to give up on Banana control. They're sticking around. G2 have got to make sure that they don't get overrun by a couple of flashes and some pistols here. This setup looks somewhat susceptible to a rush right now.
Nico's going to try and take that initial attention while Nexa is going to be down the sandbag. Nico's done damage onto Kicker, but hasn't been able to find the kill. And now they know the rifle is around there, but Nico still wants to be a good teammate. He still wants to stay here and not just fall back. He has got his teammate, but he has to sell out that he is here. Cannot let Nexa just go down without anything. Nexa's utility is going to come in. Nico's flashed off the angle, so now it's Nexa's turn. He goes into the open. He only gets one. And now Nico, under so much pressure, runs out of ammo, does well on the USP, and Amanek has come back as the insurance policy. They have lost 2 players here. And Yukindot smokes off the CT spawn. M4A1S picked up from the corpse of Nico. He's going to crawl his way into the B site, looking for the plant. That's some extra money they can't deny. And Yakinder will happily take that.
And not bad for VP, all things considered. Amanek, though, arriving at just the right time. He has been untouchable so far in this game. 7-0, yet to die with that AWP, which is always what you want out of your AWPer. Makes it so you don't have to keep spending that money. And CT AWP doing some good damage.
Yeah, Hawker, earlier on you got some people hating on you. Obviously, you were the caster's curse coming in for the complexity time, comeback time, right? So watch Amanek just die in this round. You know, you'll get everybody on your back today.
I have faith in him, Dinko. He would never die first. He's so good, he can even bypass the caster's curse. That's why I did it.
There we go. That's the counter jinx right there. And timeout again coming in for VP. Leading the way is Sanji on the scoreboard. And generally when Sanji's leading the way on the T side, it's not really a great sign, right? You definitely want the rest of the squad stepping up. You want to see Kicker continue his performance from the first map into this one. You want to see Yukindar getting a bit more comfortable. You know, from our perspective, we haven't seen Yukindar quite play to the level we know he's capable of yet here at DreamHack Masters. So if that happens for VP, if they suddenly click, there's obviously a great chance for them. But they might not have many more chances to click here at DreamHack Masters. If they lose this map, then we'll be out of the tournament.
Standard setup for G2. 3 towards A, 2 towards B. Those same players tasked with trying to contest Banana early. Nade is a little too soon. Just a tiny bit of damage done to Yakinder and Buster. In comes some reinforcements to the B-bomb site. Hunter will be boosted up. Virtus.pro have been pretty B-centric so far. A lot of their rounds have ended up on that B site. Maybe that's part of the reason why G2 have leaned 3B, and right now it looks like the right read.
Certainly does. VP haven't really left, or never really go for these drop backs and trying to go to the other site. Generally because you find them with limited time left on the clock, right? Doesn't really leave you with much time to go back once things go sour, so might just be the right call for G2, but VP have sent a couple of players back, and With that utility being used out for G2, VP may be trying to poke and prod a little bit in towards A, but they're coming back over to the B side, trying to get a player to bite on that. They're keeping 3 players here for the meantime on G2.
Still enough smokes for the execute, but that molly is going to keep VP at bay a little bit longer. And G2 are sticking with this 3B stack, even going for info.
Yeah, Nico gets flashed in, but no one playing close call, and Nico will still hold his position. They walk into him. They knew what because of the flash and the run around the corner, Nico would be standing in that position. But that molly coming in, the smokes are up in their face as well. Utility being saved by G2. There's 13 seconds left. The molly into pool as well. Next is still at the back of the site. That's a kill on Yukindar. There's 7 seconds left. They have to start planting the bomb. They need to get on the plant, and it's not going to happen. Yukindar not getting forward. Everybody crawling across the floor for Virtus.pro, and it's 6-1 for G2. The limited time, the safe utility, once again, VP, they fall short to the clock.
Just so much utility left in that late round. You have 2 mollies. You have such a great ability to slow this push down, to make it so that VP can't clear out these spots at the back of the bomb site. Yukindar was completely alone on the push, and this kill didn't matter. The round was already over at that point. James landing a nice no-scope, but if it's not going to lead to a round win, then I don't care how flashy the kill looks. Not going well for VP in this one, but they're going to go ahead and pick up a couple of pistols and try and make the most of those save guns.
This looks like a quicker play on the cards for VP, setting up utility into the A side. Smoke for Arch, one out for long library. This could be quick. This could be exciting for VP, and Jax is holding default. Got Buster. Can he find a little bit more? Jax on to the second kill. Yukindar has pushed up close library. Player on the other side of that smoke, and now 2 players inside of the bomb site. Yukindar suddenly sparking into action, but can he get the second kill? The answer is quickly no, so it's on Jim again. We've seen him clutch from this position before. Can he do it again? A second picked up for him, and now it's Hunter and Nexa that stand in front of Jim. He'll take his time. Smoke up at long, and now that separates Hunter from his teammate, and Jim gets the info on the shoulder peak. For once, there's time for him to play with here for VP. He's going to draw back into Porch, but the walk around from Nexa, he walks right into Jim. They don't give him the fights. And 7-1 saved there. Looked like Jim was starting to have a chance into the clutch. We know we can win those. It just didn't play out in his favor.
Another faster round from VP that does look somewhat competitive, though. You know, even though Jax gets these 2 early kills, they bring it back to an okay position. It was James having to land some great shots to do it, though. And I do think for VP, there was just a little bit of hesitance there as they hit that A site. As soon as those first 2 players went down, they just looked like they wanted to slow it down slightly. They weren't as sure as to whether or not they wanted to commit to the push. Sanji already down to 55 health early in the round. Meanwhile on Banana, Nico and Nexa, that same combination of players, thinking about making some progress, but they decide to play back.
I love these stacks from G2. It's lovely to see them play together like this, and Nexa's often been flashing Nico into Banana, getting the information, putting a little bit of pressure on both sides of the map, and there goes Nico, round the corner, gets 1. It's traded out pretty quickly by Buster, but Amanek is here alongside Nexa. Because they have those 2 players in apartments, or had, should I say, at the start of the round, it does free them up a little bit more. But once they made that rotation of the player over, they have to drop back on that A site play and have 1 play out long, 1 in the apartments. So far, 4-3-4. I mean, VP still in a position where they can certainly win this.
I'm keeping an eye on that CT utility, though. G2 still have a good amount of utility remaining. 40 seconds left in the round. They haven't been forced to use these nades. That means they have the flashes, they have the mollies that could slow VP down.
And Hunter's just run into the middle of the site. His smoke is at the ready. He's looking to delay them, looking to create a little bit of chaos. And G2 have been thriving in that chaos as well. Jax, he's up on top of the balcony. Buster clearing out the archway and getting close up to library. Smokes it down, flashes out, and Sanji clears the pit, but Hunter from the site with the kill. Now they're going to be focusing on him. That frees up Jackson. They're getting kills here. G2 shut it down again.
Just kills left, right, and center for G2. All over that bomb site. The utility timing is, again, perfect from Hunter. Just slows them down on short. Once VP start running in, there is time pressure against them. And you can see VP are really trying to come up with the answers here. They're trying to find the adaptations with all these timeouts they've taken. This is already their third timeout being used. But right now, they just can't seem to piece together the puzzle. They can't seem to crack the code. And you never want your IGL to look like that, Dinko. James looking stressed right now.
Yeah, and your Kindar just looks deflated, man. It's been pretty sad to see the emotions at the camp over at VP. And your Kindar, you know, he's not really there with the team either, right? They've had these boot camps. VP have played on boot camp together, but your Kindar's never been able to go and meet his teammates. And you've gone from the highs of the Katowice final to your first real downfall and slump, and emotions will hit home, and you've got no one to fire you up. You've got no one on the team that you've been able to meet and have that personal connection with. It certainly will play into it a little bit. And your Kindar's been quiet here. He's 2-9. You don't want to see that. One of the best performing players of the year so far. VP have him missing at the moment.
I think back to the one round that VP have won here, and it was just that fast B-sided execution, right? I think maybe it is time to go for another one of those sorts of plays. Maybe just use a couple of smokes and flashes early, see if you can pop onto a site. G2 have pretty commonly been playing with only 2 on A. I'm not sure if VP have been able to spot that out, but if they go into A here, they've got a decent chance at trying to overcome these 2 CTs.
Jax and Hunter have been playing together very well. They have some solid synergy, and they're holding down this A site. Hunter will be out long, and Jax playing for the side itself. They like to double stack that, but look at the banana control. G2 don't let them have too much deployment too often, and Hunter and Jax, they don't even need the reinforcements yet. Finally, Jame and Kicker will get a couple of kills back, and it's a 2v2. Bomb getting planted on default, but his team is long away. It's Jame still in second mid, so Nexa knows he's got the 1v1 fight, and now Jame has to run for it. He has to get into the apartments, and Nex is going to be tapping the bomb, trying to pull him into the open. James still too far away. He's going to peek into middle, and Amanek, he's going to fall. James still has a chance to win out this round. Now Molotov lands in his position, but he gets away from it. Nexa taps the bomb again, but James is so ready for that. Shoulder peeks, pulls him into his crosshair, but Nexa, he takes the fight. You tease him, he'll hit the headshot. 9 rounds for G2.
Another really impressive round from Hunter on the bomb site. It may only be 2 kills, but they were very well taken. And again, the G2 aggression is really well timed so that they have that bit of early information. These A players can be slightly more prepared. The difference this time is that Jame was watching for that flank. So he was able to catch Nico on that fast aggression. He was able to turn it into a winnable round. But Nexa is that fragging IGL we were talking about. Make sure to just swing for the fight. He knew that Jame had to be committed to that right side because of where the molly had landed. But now it's back to the buy for Virtus.pro. They've got to start getting some rounds on the board here. They have kept G2's money low though, Dinko. If they just win 1 round, they might be able to reset G2's economy.
Yeah, that would be perfect for Virtus.pro. They would have a couple of chances to maybe pull a few more rounds back. But it has to be done. It has to be now for Virtus.pro. They're running out of chances to get a few rounds on this T side. And if you get a few rounds, if you make this look a little bit respectable, then you certainly can perform on the CT side. We've seen that before from Virtus.pro. So it's all about just inspiring yourself to get a few more in this first half. Amanek, he's been all over the shop. Hitting 2, really untested to be honest. And he's in the middle of the A side with Yorp. He's watching short. VP have forced him back and he's changed his position up to the library side. And Virtus.pro, they leave banana. They group up again onto A. And this time, there's 2 players over here. It's Amanek and it's Jax.
I like these switch-ups from Amanek's position. He has tried to be unpredictable with the AWP. This time he's playing long, but blinded early. And now they know exactly where that AWP is.
Well, they're going to be running down with multiple players. Amanek out with 1. Can he get a second one here? Amanek always overrun. Kickered in with a headshot. And Jax just goes into the smoke. But Sanji, he's ready for it. 25 seconds left, and it's going to be the play from Hunter out Archway that might just throw a little bit of a curveball. The patience from Sanji with the headshot onto Jax. Nexus come in. Big from Nexa. That's a good double kill. And now the bomb plant starts to come through for Virtus.pro. They secure the plant. Utility's starting to be used up, but Buster, he's just going to smoke off Moto. And that will isolate Nico from his teammates. So Nico has a little bit more work to do. Sanji playing from balcony has a good position and they can sandwich Nico between them. Nexa still useless out behind that smoke and Buster's hit the headshot. All on Nexa. He might have been able to find a good 2K in this round, but winning it, he would have to double up. And the time is ticking. Nexus hit the headshot onto Sanji. Looking for the second. Nexus got it. And can he get onto the defuse? He can. And Virtus.pro, they may come close, but it's impossible for them to find a round win.
Hunter and Nexa are both playing brilliant Counter-Strike right now. I love that we get the X-ray off there because it's not easy for Nexa on some of these fights. It's hard for him to see. These nades on the site only end up killing the chicken, but look at that kill. He barely even sees Sanji, and then he knows the last man is on the site, jumps up to get that angle of elevation, to get that fight behind the box, and it's just another day in the office for Nexa. No reaction shown. He has got to be happy on the inside, though.
And if Virtus.pro in a demoralized situation right now, that is just another round that will add to that feeling. And Hunter getting aggressive, running down middle. The confidence from G2 right now. They are stomping all over Virtus.pro. They've got them pinned in spawn. You like to wait out the clock, wait it in your spawn.
And this time not by their choice, though.
Yeah.
They've been forced to wait out the clock. Nico will be jump peeking on Banana, allowing his teammates to heavily stack that A bomb site. Looks as though Nico has spotted a player, so they now call for assistance. Nexa will be the first responder over to B. Bomb has been left behind, so VP won't be committing to a site take, but they have got a good amount of utility left, so maybe they can just go for a quick flash pop and perhaps look for a pick on this B site.
Yeah, it has to be the B play right now, right? Because you've got to look to the Sanji to be the player to go back and get that bomb, but it's actually Buster that's been sent back. So you get that top banana control, you leave your Kindar up here. Can your Kindar open things up? He needs to. Smoke into CT spawn, the bomb is coming back over towards B. Your Kindar setting up his own flashbangs. Trying to just get an opening, trying to crack open this B site. And even if he takes down that Coffins player, they still have to deal with Nico up on top of first oranges. And Buster starts to walk forward. Nico, he's so ready. This AK will be looking for it. The play out bracket. Sanji tried to open things up, but with 15 seconds left, they have to go back into B. And Nico's ready. Buster misses the shot. 11-1 for G2. Oh, it's just heartbreaking to watch for Virtus.pro. They're so indecisive.
So it looked like with 20 seconds left there, the players at top banana started to run back. Almost looked like they were trying to run back to A. Which just doesn't seem possible at that point in the round. It just seems like they are getting lost in these rounds. I think it is that hesitance that you were talking about. It's just never looking confident. I never feel confident in these rounds for VP. Last timeout taken, by the way. They've used all their timeouts in this first half because their T side has had that many issues.
Yeah, it just looks so frustrating right now, and James just trying to figure out what can they do right now. And it really doesn't feel like VP have a leader that's calling clear, concise ideas. It feels like there's just too much going around. There seems to be not a clear voice to be heard at all for Virtus.pro right now, and it is very difficult to watch. Watching Virtus.pro go from the heights of the Katowice Grand Final to now out in groups potentially here at DreamHack Masters. Virtus.pro haven't got the best of buys. It's an AK here for Kicker, a Galil for Sanji, a couple of pistols, and G2, they've got everything.
Is Amanek trying a wall bang? What's he doing? Okay, maybe just staying at spawn as the rotator. I was going to say, there's no way that's possible, right?
Who knows what Amanek's up to?
He's doing whatever he wants.
Yeah, we just let him do whatever he wants. We don't question Amanek, and as it has been before, it's the Nico flash and the Nico kill. He gets a lineup, but only gets one. Quickly traded out by Yakindar. That was his third kill so far in this half, and Amanek now has rotated over from his position, doing whatever he wants to now watching down banana. Here comes the play from Virtus.pro, and yeah, this is what he wants to do, Hawk. He wants to try and shut down all the VP players, and he's been overrun. Maybe he's not allowed to do what he wants to do. It's Nexa at the back of the site.
Flash from Hunter at the ready. This is going to set up his teammate. Sanji blinded, but Nexa doesn't get that clear line of sight, and Hunter's been dealt with in the meantime.
Oh, Nexa tries to peek out, but Jim just decapitates him, and finally, with what was a pretty shoddy buy, Virtus.pro find a round win.
again, it's just up in that pace onto B. The only other round they won was in similar fashion. It was more of an execute last time, whereas this time it was a flash and a pop play. Nice try, Jax. You'll get it next time. They don't have that much money on the G2 side, though. It's somewhat important that Jax holds on to this AK. They will obviously have that lowest losing bonus, too. So it is going to be a close run thing on the economy. G2 should be able to scrape together a decent enough buy ahead of this next one. Yeah, it's close. It'll be all right. It's just that flash, though. They just get in so quick. As soon as Amanek misses the shot, he's in trouble. And then even though Nexus survived at the back of the site for a long, long time, he was always going to get choked in on eventually. Round 14, the call from G2 looks like it is the full investment. So if VP can win this one, they can break that bank and maybe salvage 4 rounds at the half.
Yeah, best case scenario is that 4-round scoreline on the T side, and you can come back from that. We have seen strong CT sides from Virtus.pro. They're comfortable when they get over on that side, but they need those 4 rounds. Any less, I don't think they can do it. I honestly think G2 are just solid enough to close it out once they get a lead this strong. So this round is very important for Virtus.pro. We've got 2 players at the bottom of Banana, 3 gathering in the apartments. Amanek looking away from the flashes, and Jax, he's tested first. Here comes the chimney flashes. Amanek here as it turns around. The kill onto Sanji. Good first 2 picks here for G2, and Virtus.pro immediately having to slow this one down.
This time it's the Jax Amanek combo on that A-bomb site making the difference. G2 have quite consistently been willing to go for these rotates and these big stacks on bomb sites. This is another example of that, rotating 4 players over to A briefly before Nico will now start to move back to B. No utility this time for G2. The problem is VP don't have many nades of their own either. So it is good that they're not going to be running into that counter utility. They've still got to land some shots to get them into a bomb site.
And Nico playing from coffins. He was that second rotated player. And his head has appeared around the corner, and he just swings out. That's a Ferrari peak and a half, and Nico coming in with a follow-ups just cleans it up. Oh, that is beautiful from Nico. It's horrible for Virtus.pro, but it's 12 rounds for G2.
That just perfectly encapsulates what a player with the M4A1S wants to do. What you imagine you're going to do. Just burst at those heads.
Wow.
And make it look easy.
That's ridiculous. Jim was so scoped in as well. He was so ready for it. And then just instantly dead. Fantastic stuff there from Nico. And Virtus.pro, last round of the half, they look to try and salvage 3. It's a Tech 9 for Sanchik, Galil out for Yukindar. All up in the hands of Jim. What is the call in this one? They're throwing nades top Banana.
Kicker's going to get past them, though. Nico's got to be careful. Another nade goes in, but Kicker doesn't go for the full swing. You might not expect VP to be quite so close on Banana, though. And with almost every player on the CIS side here, there's a chance they try and quickly pop into this B site. Problem being, there are 3 CTs waiting for them.
Yeah, G2 just always seem to have enough players to deal with these attacks from Virtus.pro. Great calling game here from Nexa. Great step up from Hunter as well. Gonna drop down into the AWP of Jim, but Yukindar's been spotted, and Nico's just transitioning through the smokes, and Nex is gonna find his head. It's just Sanji left alone. He's got a lot to do here, and well, he's found 1 headshot. Nico trying to get rid of him, and Sanji under so much pressure. G2 look to move through to the playoffs by eliminating Virtus.pro. Let's see if they can do it after the break. It's domination from G2 versus Virtus.pro as they look to move on to the playoffs and eliminate VP. The T-sides just aren't strong enough, Hawker. This is their worst T-side performance so far in DreamHack Masters, only posting 2 rounds. G2, if they win the pistol, it's almost locked in.
Yeah, I didn't think their T-side rounds would get worse, but they got 5 against Spirit, they got 3 against Na'Vi, now they've only got 2 against G2, and the odds quite clearly reflecting that fact.
VP started with 4 players on the B side. They're going to change that up because there's no quick signs of G2. G2 are taking a VP round here. They're going slow. They're being methodical, trying to keep them guessing. Really flush out the stack, and oh, they've changed it up. The stack's on the other side of the map, Hawker. They're going into the B side. There's only 1 player here.
This flash is set for top banana, so that might be a bit of early information. Maybe a chance to get a rotate in time. They have thrown that first flashbang, but there's no response from Virtus.pro. They're not moving. Buster's been left alone, and in come the smokes.
I feel so bad for Buster right now. He's just going to drop back and play for Ruins. They just have to accept the fate that they have lost the B side. They have to go and play this one retake. Luckily, Yukindar has got a kit. He's got a smoke, flash, and incendiary here on Sanji. Over on Vertigo, the retakes were quite good, so I do have faith that they can still stand a chance into this pistol round. Nico's looking to try and hold off this banana retake attempt, and he's found one onto Kicker. He'll go out for a second if possible, and now dropping back. Oh, he's blinded. This is so awkward. Finally, he's taken out by Jim, but a 4v4 still ensues, Hawker. Here comes the utility.
Here it comes. Molly into triple, forces Jax out into the open. He's going to be run down, or is he? Jax stands strong. Quick double kill, and Yakindar's the man with the kit. He's got to get on the bomb, but he's been dealt with. G2 up to 14, and this one looks like it is all but over.
Yeah, 14-2 right now. G2 looking to try and close it out very quickly indeed. This is their map pick. Or should I say, I was very much mistaken there. You would be thinking that yourself, but it's actually VP's map pick here on Inferno. It has not looked good at all for them. I think they realize a lot needs to be done. And, you know, the worrying part for me is they were just on a boot camp, right? So, you know, if there's any, they haven't had much time to practice. They've been playing this whole time. So hopefully, given a little bit of time off maybe and a quick exit of this tournament, they can start fixing some of their issues. I guess you can look at that as a slight positive.
That's what you've got to be hoping for if you're a VP fan right now. For this tournament, though, it's not looking like they'll be in it much longer. They are going to rotate over in time, though. Yakindar's nade does a good bit of damage. In goes Amanek, but he's been dealt with early.
Yeah, Amanek. Oh, Buster, okay. He's going back for a 3K, but Hunter stepped up. A double from him. Sanji coming in with a wallbang as well. And VP actually have the man advantage here. They're going for the boost over the top of the smoke as well. And Kicker, can he find Nexa? Oh, he's done damage, but no kill. Nexa drops him. And G2, they may be damaged up, but it's still Nico and Nexa versus the Deagle of Sanji and the MP9 of Jim. Nico taking damage through the smoke. He's down to 6 HP. And this is looking good for a chance for VP back into this. No kit, so the time is certainly a factor. Nico goes down, and it's all on Nexa from the back of the site. He's trying to get the map point here, trying to get them series point, and Nexa holds on, but he cannot get it. Jim in with the headshot. Sanji's on the defuse. He's holding it. It's going to be close, but Sanji, right down to the seconds, has he got it? He has, and 3 rounds locked in for VP.
Nice fast rotate for VP, winning a CT round. And they were very good on their CT side yesterday against Spirit. They only had to play 12 CT rounds because they won 11 of them. They were really solid on that CT side of things on Inferno. So hopefully, winning this round is going to give them a chance to put one of those win streaks together. Really did come down to the wire at the end there, but good on Sanji for realizing he had to get on that bomb with that lack of kit. Yeah. Jame hunts down the last man, but G2 come back with a force buy.
And VP generally do look quite composed in those retakes. I think that's one of their strengths. We've seen it over on Vertigo. Some of those B retakes that were coming in from Jame and Yukindar were a pleasure to watch. The utility's on point. The way they just kind of take their time, being methodical on the retakes are solid. So certainly not all bad for VP, but certainly not pretty right now for them. Amanek back on the Mac 10, G2 back on the buy. They're going to run it straight into the A site, and Sanji's got to deliver from the back of the site itself. Yukindar stepping up, and it's a quick round here. VP mow them down. 5 players stay alive, and that's good for the money.
VP not only had 4 players on the A side of the map, but they also had 3 players who were in positions where they could quickly look towards short. Kick-up being one of them there in the apartments, just comes out to help at the end. G2 end up running into a blender in that position. And that gives the economy control over to VP. And really, that's the only way they can get back into this game, is by forcing G2 down to these low buys, denying them those bomb plants, limiting that T-side economy, giving yourself much easier chances to go ahead and win some easier rounds.
Yeah, even making the scoreline look a bit more respectable. Maybe still look at the comeback as realistic. Just a few more rounds certainly could help things from the outside perspective. G2 just taking the time with this one. Try and draw out some of that utility. Just take it as a little bit of a timeout. Just sit back, relax. Virtus.pro is certainly not in a comfortable position at all when it comes to the scoreline, but this round should be when they can take a breath. It's going to be G2 moving up the top middle, and Sanji at the ready. He's got himself one, a second picked up, and Jim peeking out below. Jax and Nico have taken 2 kills, but it is now just Jax on 2 HP. He has to go into Archway, but no bomb in his hands, so just trying to be a bit of a nuisance and running through CT spawn.
All those guns dropped at top mid, so there's no way he can get one of those. May be able to catch a player off guard on an unsuspecting flank, but Buster is now watching for that, so I think Jax is done for here. VP will be up to 5 any second now. G2 have saved enough, though. They're going to get a buy into this next round. And honestly, with the form of some of these players, Hunter has been having some incredible rounds. Biko at the end of the half was playing out of his mind on some of those rounds. It just feels like at any point, one of these G2 players is pretty likely to step up. We saw it from Nexa, too. He had to save a couple of rounds for them. So once they get the AKs into their hands, I'm sure G2 will be very confident at their chances of closing this game.
I did wonder if G2 were ever going to call a tactical timeout, or were they ever going to be forced to do it. And I mean, they're going for one here. They want to close it out as quickly as possible. They don't want to let that comeback come in for VP. We know they're very good on the CT side, and you've got to respect teams at this level no matter how bad their first half performance was. VP are solid on the CT side. We've seen it before. We've seen the comebacks happen. You don't want to let them get that chance. You don't want to let them get that foothold in this. So G2 going for the timeout, making sure their game plan is thought out and solid heading into round 20. They want to reach match and series point here.
Peek down mid from the AWP of Jame. Couple of early nades deployed on Banana, but Jame is the man who's really searching for something early. So are G2, though. They're using smokes into that A site. 4 smokes, to be precise.
Yeah, they smoked off short, they double flashed, and there's a smoke for Arch and Library coming in alongside Moto. Full-on execute, trying to isolate a lot of these fights, and Jame is under so much pressure. Amanek is chasing him down with a Khalil. He will get his kill. I thought Sanji might have helped him, but he does get the kill in reply pretty shortly after. And Nexa hits a headshot, but it's still looking okay for VP. They're still getting kills, and now it's a 2v2, make it a 2v1. It's Nexa alone, the in-game leader, up against Sanji and Yukindot. And Sanji has dropped back into pit. Yukindot will be playing in front of Library. And Nexa has been fantastic in the clutches. We've already seen him here on Inferno landing some nutty clutches and shots, but this time not to be. Wasn't checking pit, and Sanji with the headshot.
Every single G2, VP player, I should say, was able to rotate over to A in time in that round. So that's really going to help you out on the hold. You see your Kindar there coming in with some all-important impact. He is one of those B players, but he was able to get over to A in time, line up those 2 headshots. It has been a quieter game from him, but he comes through with some impact frags towards the end of the round. So the grind begins for Virtus.pro. They've got a long way to go, but they have done a good enough job at denying the bomb plant in the previous round to put G2 down to pistols in this one.
VP are bringing 4 players, at least heavily leaning in towards the A site. Just one player in Banana. That's Buster spotting out the info. Throws an HE onto Jax, and it does do pretty significant damage, dropping him down to 61. G2 on these pistols just peering out top middle. Starting to walk up Banana as well. Jax leading the charge, has Nico in behind him. And it should be G2 now looking to pounce on the B site. And this is their best chance to get onto the site, get the bomb plant, and get in with a shot of winning the round as well. But rotation from VP is starting to come through, and that smoke down will throw a little bit of a curveball in the G2 way.
Gives them something to think about, but they've got their own nades at the ready. In goes the utility from Yakinda. Buster with an early frag. Make it a second. That all doing good damage, but Amanek almost flanks him. That's the bomb dropped, though. It doesn't commit to the site, and now G2 are in trouble.
Oh, Buster looks up. Oh, he's pulled out his pistol, and Nico through the smoke, hitting the deagle shot. Looking to reclaim the bomb is Hunter, though, and that's the big issue here for G2. The bomb is inside of Ruins, and they will happily take control of that bomb. 14 seconds left, not enough time to go in there and get that bomb and get out. So they're going to start looking for kills, and Nico will not be able to get that. And Hunter runs forward into the arms of Jim. They die before the time. It's 7 rounds for Virtus.pro. And they are on a little bit of a comeback, making the scoreline look a bit more respectable at the moment. We'll hold our cards on the full comeback right now, Hawk. It's still 14-7 down, but it's certainly making the scoreline look a little better for themselves.
Just a bit awkward for G2 at the end here, where they have to end up trying to breach their own smoke because that bomb gets dropped in Ruins. Obviously not something that they fully realized ahead of time. They'd have got the kill. Bamanek would have won that fight. It would have been fine. Instead, it goes the other way. Another tactical timeout taken by G2, and really making sure they don't let this get out of hand. Know that Malik has a big say in this team. It's Nexa who's doing the talking right now.
That's the second one for G2, of course, and obviously didn't really need to use it in the first half, and this half VP starting to mount a bit of a walk into Inferno. If you look at Yakinda again, still 7-17 on bottom of the scoreboard, but the rest of the teammates have started to step up a decent bit. Sanji's up there, but Jim is followed in with 17 kills. It's 10 kills for Kicker, 13 for Buster. So, a couple of players really starting to have a bit more of a say on the map. But G2 again, it is Hunter and Nico up there, and Nexa had some huge moments in that first half. And I think Jax, he's low fragging at the moment in terms of the rest of his teammates, but Jax has a lot of impact rounds. And I think we've seen that over in Vertigo as well.
Definitely. See if he can continue to have impact now on the T side. Smoke goes in early. They can try and flash through that themselves and get this early ground. It's exactly what Jax will be doing. Banana completely cleared out early. Tiny bit of nade damage done, and Jax tries to fight. Both players taking damage. The nade coming in, but Jax ducks away from it.
Yeah, bounces off the half wall and doesn't quite reach Jax's position. So although he has been damaged, no kill for either side. Smoke in from Virtus.pro to the apartments, but Hunter's not going to respect it. He bounces out with a flash of his teammate. It's Kicker that's found one. He's in the pit. They're distracted by the site fight, and Kicker is having a great time in pit right now. The bomb's down there, but Hunter headshots him, looks out to the right side, and suddenly G2, they've got the man advantage.
So important that Hunter gets those kills because no one else was really ready to commit to the bomb site that quickly. Nico was a bit further back. They might try and push that smoke. Yakinda spamming through it, but Nico decides to go for the safe plant. There's no way they can stop it.
Yeah, Yakinda is low in HP as well as on 41, and Buster has an ult for this retake, so this is definitely looking difficult for Virtus.pro, but as it stands, they've just got to go for round wins. It's a molly into the site. It's not quite extended to Hunter just yet. Eventually it will. It's burning him down. He's 20 HP, but he survives. And Yakinda is trying to move forward. Buster's found his first pick, and Yakinda is waiting for Nico to come around the corner, and that is not what Yakinda was hoping for. A headshot from Nico, and Buster has no other option but to run away with the AWP, and Nico is hot in his heels. He's following in behind him. I don't think he'll quite get to him, though, as Buster is around the corner, saving at the tree. But G2... it's match point for them, 15-7. They win this next round, they head through to the playoffs, and they eliminate Virtus.pro from DreamHack Masters.
Here were the initial 2 kills from Kicker, but it was Hunter, the only man left who was properly committing to the push, who came in with 2 incredible shots. And that's what we were worried about. At any moment, these G2 players can step up individually, start to hit some headshots. It's a fairly simple call with a quick flash into the A site, a push off the back of it, and Jax was holding the flank the whole time. So the players on the site in the post plant didn't have to be worried. They got to be worried about Yakindar though. He goes flying into Banana, but Nico's there to trade. It's not good enough though. VP win the initial skirmish.
I love that. Just letting Yakindar off the leash for the first time, really. He's got himself one, though, in pretty difficult circumstances. MP9 picking up the opening. And yeah, like you said, good job on the trading. It puts VP in a good position. Look at their setup right now. 3 on the A site. Buster just left jump spotting in Banana as the Itchy at the ready. And G2, this is definitely a puzzle to try and figure out.
Ooh. Chunky nade damage. I don't know about you, Dinko, but I like him chunky. I'm talking about Kit Kats, Dinko.
Yeah.
Get your mind out the gutter.
just to be clear, it is the
course.
Kit Kats. Yeah, no one likes the skinny ones, dude. No one likes those. Not enough on them.
You know what sucks about the skinny ones is that some people eat them not like piece by piece. They just bite into the whole thing. Absolute animals.
Well, absolute animals. We'll see if they can be an animal here for Virtus.pro. At the back of the site, it will certainly have to be for Buster. He's got the M4. He's being forced out of his position. Smoke onto it. Flash out from CT and Nexa. He's run forward into pool. Hunter is over the top. In the site, the time is starting to tick here. 20 seconds, bomb down for G2. Enough players over here for VP to make this uncomfortable. Hunter going in, another kill for him, but so much more to find. There's 2 players, but he's got the chance to go for the plant here, though. That does make it difficult, but the smoke is up, the Itchy's in, and Hunter goes down.
Another valiant effort from Hunter, the former Valiant player, but this time not successful. That nade lands onto him. He doesn't get given the chance for further fights. VP rotating over in time. I'm not sure if I'm starting to believe yet, but I'm at least happy to see VP winning some rounds. It was Hunter's work early. Again, his aim just so crisp in some of these fights. Unfortunately, though, all his teammates fall around him, and this nade seals the deal.
Hunter's looking on point. I'm loving this performance out of Hunter. More of this, please, because he is looking crisp.
Dude, we're getting that sibling rivalry for the top fragging spot.
Well, family, right? I don't know. It's been definitely a cousin rivalry. I'm loving it, Hawker. I'm absolutely loving it between Hunter and Nico. Let's see if they can keep it up. Hunter 24 and 15. Nico on the 22 kills. And Amanek, he's up into second middle already. VP, is there a world in which they get double figures, Alex? Because to me, that looked very difficult at the start of this half and almost would be impressive. Kinder's got a good position. Here go G2 with a heavy executed to A again.
Counter molly already deployed. That's going to buy even more time for the rotate. Yakindar, the first man arriving, and that will be 4 CTs ready at the A-bomb site.
Oh, Jax is in the site. Kicker, he's unchecked in the corner. Good headshot for him. Can he get a second? The answer is no. And G2, they've done a good job, but they still have to get rid of Jim inside of the pit. They don't even know he's here. Sneaky from Jim. He found another one. And now he's just hiding in behind the pit. Nico wants to creep over the top. He's still worried about that long play, but Jim's days are numbered, and he is out of there. Yakindar and Buster up against Hunter and Nico, and they have been looking crisp so far in this series. Nico's in pit. There's the shot in the AWP. Nico's looking to try and take over Hunter or just equalize him on the scoreboard. And Buster will go down, and Nico has done it. 25 kills coming in for him, and G2 moved through to the playoffs. VP eliminated. We'll be back with a desk after this.